Welcome to Short Comic Introduction. Let me tell you a story. It's the story about the fight between good and evil and the prince who has to try to find a way to get rid of an evil overlord who has attacked his homeland. I know what you're thinking. Oh my god, it's again a standard fantasy story. How so many other house? And at first I would agree, but trust me, it's not the case with the comic we are reviewing today. We are viewing the fantasy manga The Beast Legion by Jazyl Homavazir. It started in May 2010 and is updating every Tuesday. At the moment we are at issue 13, and something that's really great, it was also the winner of the Indian Comics Fandom Awards 2016 in the category Best Webcomic. So there is something behind it. Like I said, the story first sounds like your standard fantasy story you hear every day. But let's just look at the story. The story follows Xeus, a prince who had to flee his homeland after it was attacked by Evil Shadow Nexus. And he is on a quest to free his home by mastering the power of the Guardian Beasts of Lithopia. And here's the first thing I have to say that's a little bit different than normal fantasy stories, but something that's really great. These guardian beasts or beast transfers that are artifacts that the main characters use to turn into powerful beasts. And you can tell it's something like big beasts fighting against each other, and that's not a bad thing. This is the first thing I really liked about it, because what you will see when you read it is that these designs are really standing out. Every beast has its own unique design, so no copycat or just the same design on different places. But we can look at it a little bit later about what makes the art so special. So let's concentrate about something else. The characters are something also I recommend in this story. You may think the first time you read it, some of them are really a little bit silly or a little bit over the top. But to be fair, it's really working out, and even the over the top scenes are really great, because every character has a serious side and a silly side, and it never went too far, or it never has too less power. So you really feel with these characters. They're really great written, and it's so that you always feel when they're down. You really feel it. It's not like, oh, it's a character that's down. No, you know he's down, and you really hope that he comes back up. So you really you're really with them, to speak. And also all the side characters and so are, even if they are only short on the sides or on the screen, you really hope that they come through. Or even the bad guys, you hope that they get what's coming for them. So also here, great work. And even the story, first I thought it goes a little bit slow, but to be fair, in this story it's not a bad thing, because the build up is really great, and the more you learn about it, the more happens. So it's never boring. Everything you learn, it's sometimes it's really bases need to learn. Sometimes it's just small things, small details of the world, of the lore, but you want to know it, because it's so interesting written that it's never something you think, oh, not again, because when something new comes, you think, great, something you really hope something. All these small details are coming together really nicely. So if you like deep fantasy stories with different, let's say, unique twists, then really look at the Beast Legion. The art is something that may or may not put some people at first down. It's mostly black and white, and at first you're thinking, oh my god, it looks really simple, but that's the beauty of it. It's a simple but detailed art style. I know it sounds contradicting, but if you start looking at it, you only see the great maybe just a character standing let's say from in front of a house or something like that. And after some seconds you look at this picture, you see all these small details in the background, and so it's they're not immediately recognizable, but the longer you look at the pictures, that you see them. It's a little bit hard to tell without showing you something, but if you look at it, I leave a link below, you will see what I mean. And I have to give credit to the artist. He is really good, and if you give him just give him a palette of colors, he makes really great coloring pages or colored one shots. If you read the comic, there are some colored pages, and they're getting better and better. Even something I really love on one of the last pages was lighting effects, because there was the problem he had. He was faced with a problem because he had one character between two lighting sources, and it really looked fantastic what he did with it. And if you're a patron from him, then you may or may not have seen some of his fan art, and they're normally all colored, and they're really fantastic. And some of them, when you see them alone, you never guess that's part of fan art from someone who has nothing to do with the movies or projects, or because they're really great and detailed, and some of them really look like they were from the makers of the shows. So really, I have to applaud him. He's a really great artist. And also, what I also can say, I like his animations. He's great with his animations. Some of them look, like I said, at first they look like something simple, just put together. But if you see them in motion, and it's really fantastic what he can make. And I'm really hoping that he will come through and will be a big animator sometime in the future, because he has the talent for it. And I really hope that more people find his comic and read it and support him by just voting for him, or just giving him comments, or becoming a patron, because he really deserves it to become more known than he is at the moment. And like I said, if you haven't heard it, check it out. And if you had heard from him sometime but never came to it, again, check out what he has done. And I really hope to see more in the future, and I really hope to see more of the Beast Legion. It is one of my favorite comics I read, and I'm still reading, and it's one of the two only fantasy stories I really like. I'm normally more the science fiction person, but this is one of the fantasy stories I really love, and I really look forward what the future holds for him and his stories and art. So thanks for watching.